This is Signal and Noise, bringing clarity to data, tech, and AI.
Noise. We are at day 3 of Possible in Miami, and I've got a special guest, Anthony Dominguez, who's the Senior Director of Business Development at Orange 142. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So love it, Anthony, if you could maybe tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and your background and kind of what brings you to this current role.
Sure thing. So I'm with Orange 142, which is part of our holding company at Direct Digital Holdings, which owns Orange 142, an agency, and Colossus Media SSP, our supply side platform. For a good 4 years, I've been with the supply side platform, sourcing multicultural supply over to the SSP. And now I've been transferred over to Orange 142, our agency, to help launch our new product called Ignition Plus.
What is Ignition Plus?
It is, we just launched it about 2 months ago. It is a unified AI platform that is empowering independent agencies and mid-market advertisers to be able to have a more of a better understanding of when it comes to their buying optimizations and buying optimizations and measurement when it comes to everything digital. So we think that the entire ecosystem right now is a bit too fragmented. And that's because programmatic has become more complex, which is great because it's become more mature, but through that complexity also drives a little bit of inefficiencies. So
It's an understatement. There's a lot of inefficiencies for sure.
yeah, exactly. And one of the things is that who gets exposed to more of these inefficiencies is those mid-market brands and the small independent agencies that don't have that much resources out there. And we really feel like they're getting a lot of scrutiny, especially with this economic climate. So we wanted to provide a new solution out there where we could say, hey, let's use our expertise at Orange 142 with the agency, and let's enable an AI and find out how we can help cure for some of those inefficiencies.
What is the relationship with the SSP side of the business? Are those run separately, or does like the work you do in the agency directly relate to the SSP side of it?
Great question. I've been asked this quite frequently. Ignition Plus is meant to be independent. So we're trying to find out how we could, again, resolve those inefficiencies working with their current platform or their current setup. So they working with a few different DSPs. We try to work within those DSPs and just try to make things a little bit easier for them. If there's an opportunity in which we could work with our SSP in tandem to make things easier for them, we will, but it's not our main focus.
You mentioned mid-market brands. Are these mostly like mid-caps, SMBs that you're targeting for this, or is it going to be enterprise too?
100%. It's one of the small to medium-sized businesses out there. Again, we feel like when it comes to the inefficiencies that are out there in the marketplace right now, they're the ones that are getting exposed to it the most, and they could use the most help for it. So that's where our concentration is at the moment.
I would imagine a lot of them are underserved generally by agencies, correct? Like they're, because working with agency can be expensive. And I think for maybe a lot of smaller companies, they might be afraid, right?
Yeah. And this is where we think AI can be a huge boon for them as well. Because through AI, as long as we can find these measurable efficiencies for them through AI, we can save them a ton of time, and if we can find cost savings there, it would be wonderful. But it's not only for small to medium sized brands; it's also for independent agencies as well. Obviously, the big 6 agencies already have so much expertise, but some of the more the independent agencies, they could use some more help. So we're here to help serve those agencies as well.
It's a fair point. I think a lot of the agencies, everyone knows that their clients are demanding that they use AI. I think there's a lot of it. There's just expectations generally that agencies will be bringing, that's for a marketer, they're expecting their agencies to bring them the newest, the best, the brightest, the coolest ideas, right? Including
Right.
some of the newest and best tech. So, but I would imagine for smaller agencies, AI is, I think, cheaper and faster to adopt than a lot of traditional tech, but it's still not easy, right?
No, certainly not. And not every agency has the resources to do it. But we've been doing it for quite some time now, and we have the expertise, and we want to lend out that expertise to the marketplace. So that's where we come in, and that's where our Ignition Plus solution comes in as well.
How long have you been with this organization out of curiosity overall?
Oh, overall, I've been with the company for close to 5 years now. But again, I started more with the supply side platform. And I'm happy to say that actually, when I was a publisher, I had used the SSP myself. So I had great familiarity with the company, love the company, and I love our mission statement as well. And now that I've been transferred over to the agency, I feel just as excited to go help out with the agencies and for these brands as well.
So prior to this, it sounds like you spent some time in the world of
Yes,
publishing. Yeah.
correct. Mhm.
What kind of publisher?
Mostly with multicultural. I worked with Univision, now called Televisa Univision, and also worked with Geo Media. And I actually started my career at Yahoo.
Okay. Yahoo. Yeah. It's funny. There's a bunch of Yahoo people here.
Yes.
And Yahoo is one of those like brands that like there's so many people in the world of advertising, the world of digital media that it like spent a good portion or at least some of their career at Yahoo. It's been an incredible like incubator of talent across the industry.
Absolutely. We had a joke, an inside joke. We call it Mother Yahoo because she gave birth to a lot of ad tech executives. And many I was able to actually see right here at Possible.
Yahoo, I think AOL is another one too, but Yahoo continues on, right? In fact, their DSP, I think is making a comeback to a certain extent, right? They
I
come
would
up
agree
more
with that
these
statement.
days. Yeah. And, talking about the SMB market, I mean, it seems like they're making a big push in terms of gaining market share in the SMB market, which I think it's also a market that's underserved, right?
Absolutely.
So it seems like you have a pretty strong background in multicultural marketing too.
Mhm.
Okay. How like any interesting trends there, or I mean, it's cool being in Miami, seeing like the diversity here.
Very vibrant
Seeing,
city.
oh yeah,
Welcome, by the way.
yeah. Thank you.
I'm native, so
Yeah, I really like this town, and it's grown on me. I guess I came here a little every once in a while as when I was younger, but then now that Possible is here every year, and look, if you work in with clients in the cruise industry, travel hospitality, this is the epicenter, right?
yeah, as a native Miamian, I'm very proud to see how much the city has grown, and that we're quickly becoming a tech hub already. So especially on the East Coast, and Possible is just all the evidence you need to see how quickly the city is becoming. And I think we have to give credence to the local government for pushing for it to become more of a tech hub as well.
Done a good job. Because I remember back in the day, so I've been in digital media about 25 years. I remember like because of the data laws here, there were a lot of the early database marketers, data compilers, and we're down here. And then travel hospitality industry has been strong.
Yes,
I know
of course.
crypto's done well here, but you're right. I mean, the last 10 years, it's been. This not only has the skyline changed quite a bit, but marketing. I mean, look at Possible. I mean, it was I think almost 8,000 people. I mean, it's been a big success.
Right, and now it's grown exponentially since its initial launch.
This is year number 4, I believe. Correct.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes. This is my 3rd year here. There's more people, and I've noticed the transition to I think first year here that I was here, so it was number 2 year for Possible. It was more heavier ad tech, and then I think the next year there were more brand marketers here, and then I think this year it's been cool because I'm with Omnicom, and there's loads of Omnicom people around. The people from you mentioned the Big Six, they're all pretty well represented here. And that was not the case before, so I mean, it's possible. It's arrived as a tentpole for advertising and ad.
Absolutely. I've heard a few times it's been called like cans of North America. So
I think that was their goal, was to be, I don't know if compete with Can, but be like the North American version, or be like maybe a warm up for Can, which is in a couple months. So no, I think they've done a really good job, the organizers. I saw an interview with Christian a couple of days ago, and he seemed excited about it. So it's cool, and I think that's part of the Miami story in advertising for sure.
And again, I want to give kudos to the local Miami government as well for pushing for Miami to be more of a tech hub. So I think they've given a lot of flexibility and latitude to allow that to happen.
So what have they done? Has it been tax incentives? Has it just been like cheerleading? What have been some of the things that they've done?
Everything and above. I've been hearing there's a lot of cheerleading, and there's certain, I can't speak proficiently as to what the benefits are from the tax perspective, but from what I've heard from employers, it sounds like something like that. But I could say undoubtedly, of course, Florida as a state is very beneficial with no city or state taxes. So
yeah, I mean, no income tax is huge, right? Yeah, I know a bunch of people in tech who have moved here from the Bay Area. It's been quite a few people.
Now another one from New York. I used to live in New York.
You're a New Yorker,
well.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Former New Yorker.
I'm not a native New Yorker, but I grew up in New York, and I can definitely, I get it. I mean, if Well, plus if you're East Coast person, it's also East Coast. It's the same time
Right.
zone.
Same time zone.
And then, if you want to go back to New York, it's a short flight anyway, right? So I can definitely see the attraction. And then plus, like you mentioned, the multicultural aspect, this is the gateway to Latin America in a lot of ways.
Yes. For many of us U.S. Hispanics, we also used to say that Miami is the capital of Latin America. Because here in Latin America, in Miami, you'll come across so many different Latin Americans, people from Brazil, from
From Cuba, from Venezuela,
absolutely,
from Haiti,
yeah,
from all over, right?
yeah, exactly. So it's great for marketing purposes as well.
So for like a firm who wants to like enter those markets, this is a natural place to do
Absolutely,
business.
absolutely. I actually happen to know several firms, especially from Argentina, that would have an office here because they could lend on the local expertise when it comes to digital marketing and then be able to do marketing back in Argentina as well. So
Smart. Okay, so yeah, so for start here. You can work. I mean, if you're to your point, if they have offices here,
right.
build those relationships.
Mhm.
It's the natural gateway to Latin America.
Yep. Or they would actually invest in offices over here to be able to help a market to U.S. Hispanics and still be able to have a strong connection to Buenos Aires.
Very cool. Very cool. So your background, so you publishing. So was that anything before that that's worth calling
Yeah,
out?
so I've always been in business development, and revenue operations as well for publishing and for publishing and for obviously for AdTech for an SSP and just software in general. And I certainly love anything when it comes to video, especially for connected television, being able to help because I actually started off my career in operations. So I certainly know how to do it on the operational side. And then some people say I have a good personality and it helped lends into sales. And so I got into business development as well.
Having a likable personality definitely helps in sales.
And being bilingual also helps.
Especially here, I bet. You said you moved here from New York, right?
Yep. I lived in New York originally. And then, well, because I have family here in Miami, I would go from Miami to New York and vice versa. But I did most of my career in New York. And then during the pandemic, like many other New Yorkers, came down to Miami and never looked back.
You stayed. Okay, well, nice. Well, it's a cool story. So, well, listen, thank you so much for coming by today. It was cool to get to know you a little bit, hear about your story, and hear about this new that kind of existing company, new endeavor you're doing, which sounds exciting. And you're in an exciting place. And next year maybe we can check in again and see where things are.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Thank
my
you so much
friend.
for your time, Rio.
Thank you.
Pleasure.